Lawmakers held a hearing today exploring the investigation by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives that ended with the death of the Little Rock Airport executive Brian Malinowski. While everyone involved agreed this was a tragedy, they argued over who's to blame.
I've been involved in public controversy for many years. I've never been involved in anything that more Kansans have come to me to express their concern. And they all ask the same question: why? And I don't have an answer for that.
Why was the question at the heart of Wednesday's congressional hearing. Why did the ATF investigate Brian Malinowski for privately selling 9 firearms? And why did they kick down the door of his home to serve a search warrant at 6 a.m.?
We know ATF abandoned a previous attempt to execute the search warrant when they learned Mr. Malinowski wasn't home. They were actually primed and ready to go the week before, but didn't go because he wasn't there. Why did they need him to be in the home, as this was a search warrant and not an arrest warrant?
They want the target there because they want to surprise him, and this is part of the reason they go at 6 in the morning. They want to surprise them. They want them in their night clothes. They want their hair stand up. They want them scared, angry, shocked. And then they want to violate their 5th Amendment right to not incriminate themselves before they remember they have a 6th Amendment right to call their lawyer.
The star of the hearing was the Little Rock attorney Bud Cummins, who represents the Malinowski family. He painted a picture for lawmakers of a 53-year-old airport executive married for 25 years, who set up tables at weekend gun shows to buy, sell, and trade with other collectors, never considering he might run afoul of the law for doing so without a license.
It is legal to buy and sell and trade firearms without a federal firearms license if you are a collector or a hobbyist. At some point, ATF suspected that Brian Malinowski may have crossed a very murky line, and he was no longer a hobbyist.
Did he have any knowledge or understanding that he was being investigated for any type of crime?
Well, obviously, he's not available for me to ask that question to, but to the best of my knowledge and based on our investigation, the answer is no.
The investigation led to the March 19th encounter inside a Chenal Valley home. Confronted with what he and his wife believed were intruders, Malinowski grabbed a gun and fired a single shot at federal agents. When they returned fire, he was mortally wounded.
It is insane to me that we are sitting here criticizing the ATF because they retaliated with deadly force after someone shot an agent.
Democrats on the panel were sympathetic to Malinowski's loss, but not the circumstances that led to it. They accused Republicans of exploiting the tragedy simply to attack the ATF.
To pretend that non-compliant dealers are the victims, and we are losing thousands of our mothers, sisters, and daughters to abusers who get their hands on guns, sure seems like that's why we're really here.
But Republicans frame the issue as part of a broader attack on lawful gun owners. One apologized to Malinowski's widow, who sat silently behind her attorney for the duration of the hearing, with tears in her eyes.
People, and again, Mrs. Malinowski, I'm sorry for your loss and the loss of your family to a clear abuse of the rule of law.
Well, the Department of Justice has released the affidavit in support of the search warrant in the Malinowski investigation and also confirmed that its agents were not wearing body cameras during the raid. But otherwise, DOJ has not commented on the case. The next opportunity for answers comes tomorrow when the director of the ATF appears before the House Judiciary Committee.